Salute you all. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. So basically today we are under constitutional history. But before subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment. Today we are under constitutional history, and the topic of emphasis we are going to look at the constitutional developments that happened from the year 1961 to 1962. Basically, what do I mean by the constitutional developments? These are the constitutional conferences. You understand? The conference at Lancaster and the conference at Marlborough. Lancaster was that of 61 and Marlborough was one of 1962. You get? So we shall start with the Lancaster Conference of 1961. Basically, it happened from the month of September until 8th October 1961. You get? And when this conference happened, it had delegates, had the governor. The governor was then was Frederick Crawford. By then, that was the governor of the protectorate. By the head of government, you understand? It was Benedicto Chwanko DP. The opposition side, the UPC, the delegates from the kingdom and the urban centers and the what? And the districts. They all send delegates in the what? On this matter, on this occasion. You get? Realize that many things happened to represent. And the issue was that they were looking on the independence of Uganda. However much there were two issues that they tabled. You understand? They tabled two issues. First of all, it was the issue of the lost what? Counties. That was a key issue of the lost counties. What do I mean that the issue of lost counties was key? Basically, that was a question of contempt, whereby many of them had to do what? To table down to see how that issue was. And the elections, the issue of elections, whether to be what? Direct. You get? Remember, Uganda Kingdom wanted indirect what? Elections. Now the issue was whether the elections could be direct or indirect. Those were the two issues to be discussed in what? In the conference. You get? Realize that a lot of things happened. Realize that Benedicto Chwanka, being the head of government, as a representative or delegate at the conference, for it, he greatly opposed the report of the Monster Commission. He greatly opposed the report of the Monster Commission, basically. For him, he said that the elections have to be what? Direct. You understand? For him, it was like saying that the indirect elections were going to act as a physical, you understand, to the people of Uganda. You get? But however, remember that the people of Uganda were benefiting from the indirect elections because they could get a lot of representatives on the what? On the National Assembly. You get? So Uganda was contemplating for them, they want indirect elections. You get? Then when you go to the issue of the lost counties, there were 7 counties. Buyaga, Bugagaizi, Buruli, Bulemezi, and there are others. There are like 2 more. But the issue we shall highlight those. The issue of the 5 counties. Bunyoro had delegates. Once that issue wasn't resolved, the delegates of the what? Of Bunyoro moved out of the conference. Reason being that the issue wasn't what? Solved. You get? So when this issue wasn't solved, the commission referred the matter to, actually formulated a commission which was the previous what? Council. It was headed by Lord Molson. You understand? And Lord Molson was contemplated to make a report on the matter that wasn't what? Resolved. You get? So basically, even the things that were discussed about under the Lancaster Conference, it was Uganda could be given its independence a year after the conference. Remember, the conference ended on the 8th of October 1961, which means Uganda was supposed to receive her independence on the 9th October 1962. You get? So that was some of the things that happened under the Lancaster Conference that happened from September to 8th October 1961. Then we shall go to the conference that happened at Marlborough. This conference happened on the 2nd of June, 1962. You get, and the delegates that were there was the Secretary for State of Colonies, was a representative there. The delegates from Her Majesty's government, the governor, which was Frederick Crawford, the leader Benedicto Chiwanuka, and also the delegates from urban and districts. Remember, in the previous conference, as we have seen, due to the fact that Benedicto Chiwanuka, the lead of DP, and also in this context, he was like an opposition leader. In the Lancaster conference, he opposed the indirect elections that were supported by Buganda. And Buganda made the coalition with KY. You understand? And once they made the coalition of KY, they become dominant. Reason being that KY and UPC made an alliance, of which this alliance of KY and UPC was that UPC didn't support the indirect elections that DP supported. So when you go to the conference of Marlborough, first of all, by this time, the commission of Lord Monsell, his commission had put a report on table. Understand? The report on the lost counties. You get. First of all, it made recommendation in its report to give Buganda its independence and the issue of the lost counties. But before this conference had 3 committees. You understand? Had the fiscal committee that was on taxation and revenue. You get. There was also the committee that acted along the judiciary around other aspects. You get. They were also there to deal with matters of such. The constitutional committee was also there. It was also put in place. You get. So it referred its report Uganda to get independence in 1962 on 9th October. Secondly, on the issue of the lost counties, it made recommendation that the 2 counties to be transferred to Bunyoro, that is Buyaga and Bugangais. You understand? The rest of the 5 counties, Bururi, Bulemezi, among others, to be left to Buganda. The 2 to be transferred to Bunyoro, back to Bunyoro. You get. But however, these recommendations weren't suitable. Bunyoro delegates said that why only 2? You understand? That was a question of contemplation. Why only 2? For us, we want the whole 7 counties. Why are you giving us only what? Only 2 counties. Realize that it was something that was something that was bad. We're saying like, why only 2? For us, we want the whole what? The whole counties. So they felt dissatisfied that they were only giving them only 2. That's why they refused the 2 counties, Buyaga and Bugangais. They refused them. You understand? And this issue, and realize that following that issue or that contempt that was brought, the committee at the Marlborough conference had to make certain resolutions. You get? And one of the resolutions was to ensure that the lost counties, or the 2 counties that were supposed to be taken back to Bunyoro, to be put in the control of the central government. You get? To be put in the safe hands of the central government. And also they recommended that Uganda to receive the central government or the National Assembly to make some recommendations after Uganda receiving independence, to make certain recommendations on that. When Uganda receives her independence, so that the central government makes a referendum on those 2 counties. Remember, Bunyoro had refused that, saying, why are you only giving us 2 among the 7? So they put those counties to be in the control of the central government. And the central government, as per now, will ensure that since it was in the struggle, it was Obote and the Kabaka. We shall see the 1964 referendum of the lost counties. We shall see it. That's where the ruckus, you understand? Oh, that's where the alma mater comes from. So the issue was put on place. Remember, actually, here I realized that the Molson Commission, led by Lord Molson, had made its recommendations, but this recommendation remained in vain. The issue of lost counties is not settled. They have left it pending in that due course. Okay. But however, they made recommendation to be put in the central government, among others. And also, Uganda received her independence by the 9th October. 9th October 1962. You get, remember this conference was on 2nd June 1962, and it ended on the 29th June 1962. You get, and actually also they looked at, remember they put some certain recommendation. They put the independence the independence regulations to be followed. That's why you have the independence order in council. You understand, that formulated the resolution to revise the constitution to be followed after independence. You get, that's why you realize that actually this constitution, however much like professors like Professor Kanye Hamba, they stated that the constitution that was given to Uganda was like it was stopping the path, you understand, of freedom of the natives rather than granting them their independence. For them, they weren't satisfied with the constitution that we are given to. You understand? Remember, under this conference, they formulated 3. Now we are talking about the constitutional committee, the one that was there to ensure that. Remember, actually, by the first of March 61, the commission had been formulated to ensure that they draft a constitution that could be used on the independence of 1962. But however, there were recommendations that Uganda would remain a federal state. You understand? And the coalition was between the two, KY and UPC. They are the ones that were supposed to take the government of independence. You get, that's why on the 9th October 1962, the Union Jack was lowered and they raised the Ugandan flag. Okay, so those are the two conferences that really, that's the thing that happened. Basically, those are the two conferences that engineered, you understand, engineered our independence of 1962. You get, but other than that, thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and I wish you best of luck. Thank you.